is an empty, clear and pure element that relies on the body, thoughts, emotions, and sensations as tools for learning, until it realizes that these tools are not the self. The mind as a life element seeks a new body after leaving the current one. Continuing in this manner because it does not understand that everything is not the self. This awareness is also without a self, without an owner. When we cling to anything, we suffer from it. Recognize the clinging, the thinking, and the knowing as mere phenomena, devoid of self and ownership. When we awaken and see the fabrications of thought, whether emotions are pleasant or unpleasant, they are merely the ripples of the elements of life, natural occurrences. They are as they are. Understand them without attachment, and it will end. The empty, clear, and pure essence of life that already exists within is a mystery waiting to be discovered. Awaken within, let go of all fabrications. Dear all, dearer, the non-self will tell you that understanding the external is not as valuable as understanding the internal. Once you know the internal, you will see the origin of all fabrications. You will hear the inner voice that is not ours. Awaken, please. Dear all, mind seeks clever knowledge, which is to know that the nature of awareness is natural. To know that the nature of thought is also natural. And to know that this understanding is natural. There is no self in nature. There is no self in nature.
Good day, everyone. Today I will talk about true Dharma. Our true essence is consciousness. We have been seeking this true essence for a long time. We are born, we work to sustain ourselves, and then we die. Have we ever asked ourselves why we were born? Some haven't yet found what they're seeking, but there are wise ones who have discovered it, and will not return to be reborn. They have found the immortal element, which is our original essence. This original essence is the true purpose of each birth. We were not born merely to grow old, suffer illness, work for survival, and die. We were not born for these things. Do you know what we truly are? Have we ever known what we truly are? This physical body is certainly not our true self. Can you understand this? Because this body is born, must age, fall ill, and finally die. We're born, work to live, and die. The body dies, but do you know there is one nature that has never been born and never dies? A nature that has never once been born and has never once died. This essential element is our true fundamental nature. This is what we've been searching for. We already possess this true essence, yet we don't recognize our own fundamental nature. I will continue to create universal Dharma recordings for transcending suffering, at least 100 recordings of 1 hour each. These teachings will be for everyone, children, elderly, people with disabilities, women, men, all genders, all ages, all religions, all ethnicities, all beliefs, and all countries in this world. Everyone can listen, even young children. These teachings will be accessible to all. This Dharma will lead us to permanent freedom from suffering. It will bring us insights about our lives that we have never known, never heard, never listened to before. As mentioned, we are searching for something, yet we don't quite know what we're searching for. But what's certain is that we're looking for something that will make us stop, something that will end our need to search further. There is something that will make us stop and cease our searching. From birth, we've been searching for something. We begin teaching one another. Parents teach children, teachers, aunts and uncles. Everyone teaches us from birth, and everyone continues teaching each other this way from generation to generation, teaching us to pay respects to various things, to believe in various things, to strive for material elements, seeking money, gold, food, shelter, seeking almost everything. But what we've been seeking isn't what will make us stop. Here, stop means being complete, needing nothing more, not even needing food, not even needing any happiness, not needing any material elements, not needing money, not needing a house, not needing a car, not needing the 4 basic necessities, not needing to return to be born in any bodily vessel again. I have stopped. Have all of you stopped yet? You've been searching since childhood until your present age. Are you still searching? We all try to attain happiness, but we continue struggling to attain happiness even to this day. And we will continue struggling this way until the day we die from this world. This body dies, but there is one essence that has never died and has never been born. That one essence has never been born, and it is our life element or our own consciousness. This life element or our consciousness has no form, not even the speaking voice. This speaking voice is not our true essence. It is merely a manifestation, merely an instrument. Mental images that arise are just tools. The emotions that appear with us always, such as satisfaction, dissatisfaction, or neutral feelings, all these are merely manifestations of our essence, of our life element. Even the knowing itself, the awareness of sound, awareness of smell, awareness of sight, awareness of taste, awareness of touch. This knowing is merely a manifestation, not the essence, not our true life element. We rely on what is not our true refuge. This body is not our true refuge, not our true shelter. The body is like a hermit crab that seeks shells, and as it grows, it changes to new shells, continuously seeking and changing shells again and again. Like us, we have changed bodies countless times, sometimes as water creatures, land animals, underground creatures, winged beings, or tiny creatures. We know this body is not our true refuge. We are born, must find food for it, and then it dies. Then we must find a new body again, care for it, nurture it. Finally it ages, falls ill, and no matter how much we feed it, it must die. This body belongs to neither us nor anyone else. It's like a costume we wear, and when its time is up, we change to a new one. Like clothes that become too dirty and torn beyond repair, we change to new ones. We're happy when we get new clothes, but soon they too become soiled and unwearable, requiring another change. We keep seeking refuge this way. We've been seeking refuge this way all along. What are we really searching for? When will we stop? Have you noticed? From childhood until today, we still struggle to seek. The question is, when will we stop? If we hear these words, I have stopped. What about all of you? Haven't you stopped yet? When we have reached this, we stop relying on the body anymore. This will be the final life. No more dwelling. No more seeking food to eat. No more seeking shelter. No vessel to dwell in anymore. No need for food. No need to rely on this voice. No need to rely on mental images. No need to rely on emotions. Even the state of knowing need not be relied upon. This is the goal that we all seek. Nothing else is our true refuge. Try asking yourself, we still seek every day. Born until this age, we have been born like this. Sometimes as humans, as water creatures, land animals, underground creatures, winged beings, born as humans, as animals, because we have changed vessels many times. We are consciousness. We are the empty life element, clear and formless. Whenever we retreat back, retreat from this body, retreat inward, retreat inward. Those emotions present now, whether satisfaction, dissatisfaction, or neutral feelings, we retreat from emotions, retreat inward, and these emotions become external things. Retreat inward. The mental images we think of. Try imagining the house we dream of. Think of our parents. Think of the beach by the sea or tourist places. Try imagining. Images appear. Think of a tiger. Think of a giraffe. Think of roasted chicken. We retreat from these images, retreat away. These images are not us. Retreat away. They are all external things. Retreat inward. This voice speaking in our mind. Try speaking in your mind. Observe. There's always a voice speaking in our mind. Whether it's the voice that comes out or speaks within the mind. What speaks in our mind, thinks in our mind. It's not us. Retreat inward. These become external things. Retreat inward. And this awareness itself is its own knowing, not us. Retreat inward again. When we've retreated completely to the end, not even the speaking voice will remain. No images appear, no sound, no images, no emotions, not even the state of knowing. There is only purity, emptiness, clarity within. It is the formless life element, dissolving into the infinite universe. Try imagining that we erase the entire universe, erase all darkness and light, and what remains is pure emptiness and clarity. Before there was a universe, before there was darkness and light, there existed an original element, the pure, empty, clear element. This is our true essence. It is the primal element, the source element. We are the origin element. We are the empty, completely clear life element. This voice that we're speaking with, that we use to communicate, these are manifestations created by our pure element for learning everything, including learning about itself, to know that we are the pure, empty, clear life element. Everything else is merely manifestation. When our pure essence retreats from everything, turning inward and releasing all attachments, we come to understand that this body is inherently a burden, a heavy weight we must carry. We must care for it as it ages and demands more attention. Soon it falls ill and requires even more care. Leg pain, back pain, difficulty breathing, fevers spreading through the body, asthma, allergies, diarrhea, or fever arise. Oh, what effort we expend to maintain this body. We must find medicine for it to consume, food for it to eat. Yet this body, over time, steadily loses its strength. It weakens, can no longer eat as before, the teeth deteriorate, the eyesight dims, and it continues to decline. We care for it until, at last, it ceases to function, and the body dies. But do you know what happens to our life element then? The empty, clear, and pure life element, like a perfectly clear crystal ball, immaculately transparent, crystal clear, merges completely with the infinite emptiness of the universe. The infinite universe dwells within this pure, empty, and clear element. We are this element. If we compare this empty, clear, original element, it's like water in the vast ocean. This is the original element. One day a single drop of water is taken from the ocean, placed into various vessels until it becomes life. This one drop is the life element, placed into human and animal bodies. Oh, its infinity! There are countless drops, life elements like this everywhere. taken from the ocean and placed into vessels. We have a life element like this clear drop, dwelling within vessels. This life element creates manifestations, rippling around itself like a single water drop that can create ripples. Imagine a single clear water drop floating in emptiness. When something touches its surface, which has surface tension, the contact causes ripples. First, there is awareness because of the contact, creating ripples all around. These are the conditioned manifestations, the manifestations we are perceiving right now. Hearing sounds, feeling, these are contacts that ripple into sound. We think in our mind, we imagine, we have emotions. These manifestations, even memory and recognition, are ripples on the surface, at the edge of this clear water drop. These are the manifestations. These manifestations are what the clear water drop uses as instruments for conditioning and learning everything, even learning about itself, what it truly is. We want to learn what we really are. Have we ever observed, ever asked our own hearts where we came from? What are we really? Where did we originate from? Not referring to the body, but to our empty, clear life element, or our consciousness, or our true essence. We are the source element, a clear element that is the primal element. It has manifestations. These manifestations are like energy masses, rotating around ourselves, like magnetic field poles, spinning around our pure element. We are the origin element, completely clear, the primal element, with manifestations as tools. When we rely on these manifestations, we come to dwell in bodily vessels again, whether human or animal bodies. This is the nature of temporary dwelling. We only temporarily rely on these manifestations, temporarily rely on these rippling manifestations, temporarily rely on this speaking voice, temporarily rely on the mental images we think of. The emotions that appear, the state of awareness, we only temporarily rely on all these manifestations. Even this body we only temporarily inhabit. But once we come to dwell here, we have never turned inward to learn about ourselves, never gone against the current to know our own empty, clear, pure life element. We have never come to learn about ourselves. We only learn about external things, only find food for this form to eat, find food for this body to eat. Each day, from waking until sleeping, we're busy finding food, finding clothes, finding shelter for this body. We don't have much time. This body doesn't last long. Some bodies stop functioning before even reaching 1 year old, not even a year. Some last 2 years before the body dies. Some 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Some reach 80 years or even 100 years. We live constantly at risk, constantly heedless, because no one points this out or tells us. Everyone only teaches us to memorize, to think from childhood, teaches us to memorize, to think, to make a living, to struggle for everything just to eat, to sleep, to have shelter, to have clothing. They teach us to live comfortably and happily, to dwell in happiness, to dwell with emotions. They teach us to dwell with pleasant emotions, which are merely manifestations. Teach us to dwell with what we call pleasant manifestations. They teach us to think good thoughts, to imagine only good images. Think good, imagine good, have good emotions. Teach us to take good care of this body. But do you know? No matter how well we care for it, this body doesn't last long. We have very little time left. We are searching for something. We've been searching all along. We never stop searching. What do we really want? We have a house, we have clothes, we have food already, but we're still searching. We've learned all the knowledge, studied all the subjects in this world, but there's one subject we've never studied, the science of mind, consciousness. It's the subject that speaks of the essential element, or the origin element, speaks of the origin element of our consciousness, speaks of our consciousness's formless life element. No one teaches the subject. It's the one subject we should study. It's the ultimate challenge we should come to know. Whoever comes to know their own empty, clear, pure life element first, that person is wise, possessing the highest wisdom. Whoever realizes it first will be free from suffering, will have insight into everything. It's as if we've broken free from this world, broken free from being human, broken free from this voice, the mental images we think of, the emotions that appear, the state of knowing, broken free from all these manifestations. We will discover knowledge we've never known before. When we reach this point, we will stop seeking. We will cease searching. We will no longer dwell in this body. We will not return to be born, to suffer illness, to age, to struggle for survival, and then die again. We will become the immortal element, the element that neither births nor dies anymore. This element neither comes nor goes, neither arises nor ceases, neither dark nor bright, empty, clear, merging with all things. It is the life element that is awakened, radiant. We know this is the ultimate reward of our being born, and we will stop seeking. As I mentioned, I have stopped. You are the one who hasn't stopped yet. What are you searching for? When will you stop? Driving to find what? Walking to find what? Sitting to find what? From waking until sleeping, what are we searching for? Have we ever heard the voice speaking inside our mind saying that we want something? What is it that we want? We're not sure. We don't know what it is, but it's something that's not yet it. Having a house, having a family, still not it. Having children, still not it. Having many houses, many families, still not it. Having money, rank and status, praise from others, happiness, having everything, but it's still not what we want. Still searching. Even with abundant wealth, still searching. Because suffering still exists. Happiness is fleeting. Suffering mostly remains. Happiness is not lasting. Nothing is lasting. But do you know? There is one nature that lasts eternally. We can reach our empty, clear, pure life element only when we let all manifestations be free. No clinging, no depending upon them. To illustrate, the empty, clear, pure element is the life element, or our immortal element. We already possess this element, don't worry. But right now, we are clinging to various things, so we don't realize this great essential element. Imagine we are an energy mass, extremely clear, extremely pure, extremely precious. But if this pure element cannot know itself, what it is, cannot know what we truly are, we don't know at all what we are, where we originated from, what we're searching for. We don't know at all what we really are. We tend to identify ourselves with this physical body, thinking this is who we are as humans. But imagine when this body passes away and dissolves, there remains an essence of self that continues. It's like a clear, empty awareness that ripples with experiences. Think of it as a drop of pure water with surface tension, ready to respond to any contact. When something touches the surface of this clear drop, it immediately perceives and ripples, creating sounds, images, emotions, and memories. Using this metaphor, what remains is this essential element that can perceive and ripple, always ready to find a new form. When this body is gone, it moves on to find another vessel. This is the simple truth of our nature. In essence, this pure life element, clear and empty, now relies on its surrounding surface tension to ripple with perception and create mental formations. What remains are simply the phenomena and the pure element after the body is set aside. These phenomena include the constant inner voice we hear, the endless stream of thoughts we inhabit, the images we continuously visualize and play with in our minds, and the emotions of satisfaction and dissatisfaction that we experience. We dwell in these phenomena constantly. Even our current awareness is just another such phenomenon. We live within these patterns continuously. But here's the key. We need only let these phenomena go, without dwelling in them or clinging to them. We simply need to understand deeply that we are this empty, clear, and utterly pure life element. This voice is not who we are. Just maintain this understanding. Keep listening to these teachings repeatedly. Within 7 days to 7 months, and if anyone takes longer than a month, it could be considered utterly foolish. One who excels at this practice should aim to complete this understanding quickly, not letting it extend beyond a month. Listen to my recordings continuously until my voice resonates within your mind, until you awaken to see the phenomena of inner speech. The moment you see it, let it go. When you see images, emotions, or the act of knowing, observe and release them, let them pass. Understand deeply that this speaking voice cannot be grasped. If it cannot be grasped, why do we cling to it? The images we imagine cannot be held. If they cannot be held, why should we cling to them? When someone calls us a derogatory name, why do we cling to these words, even though they have no physical form? We jump to catch these words, then create mental images about them. Grasping both the words and images, and anger arises. Yet emotions too are just phenomena, impossible to grasp. Sounds, mental images, and emotions are merely ripples on the surface of our pure element. They are just phenomena, not our true nature, having no real existence, just ripples that arise and dissolve. That derogatory word is already gone, the image has vanished. Yet anger instantly arises. Intense anger toward sounds and images we ourselves imagined. We chose to cling to these words, embrace these images, then suffered because of them, shouting back in anger, ultimately leading to conflict and harm. Can we observe what's happening within? Notice the inner voice speaking, hearing, perceiving, the images forming, the emotions arising in our mind. Can we observe how they're like waves, energy waves that pass through and dissolve? Can we notice how they're like colors that appear and disappear? See them as mere ripples stirring within, just something vibrating inside. Can we see this right now? This is about the present moment, right here, right now. Right now, my voice is touching our minds. At this moment, my voice is reaching the clear, empty essence of life within us. Can you see how this clear, empty life element within us is now rippling with awareness? Can you see how it is perceiving this sound right now? Notice how it perceives on its own. There's no need to intentionally hear the sound, no need to practice anything. It simply perceives the sound on its own, doesn't it? If it is aware on its own, then where are we? Isn't it just aware by itself? Let the mind answer. Let the life element respond for itself. If it ever comes to accept that this awareness is happening on its own, that this hearing is happening on its own, there is no self. And if this truth is accepted, then when this clear, empty life element recognizes that it has no form, no identity, no self, just emptiness and clarity, then why do we cling to this sensation of knowing? Why do we cling to these sounds? Why do we hold on to emotions? We are not involved at all. In that moment, a sudden realization will arise, as if we are being pulled out from our human identity, liberated from the world entirely. We will know that we've stopped, and tears will flow. We will witness this pure nature, brilliant and radiantly clear. Tears will flow, and we will feel light and free. This is the crucial part, this lightness and freedom. We will become the clear, empty life element, formless and pure. When we access our pure element, we'll have a profound realization. Oh, how could we have been so blind? We never actually came into existence in this world. We're never human. Never were anything at all. Even this speaking voice is not us. It's just something rippling. Try speaking, and we'll clearly see that this speaking voice is not who we are. The images we imagine are not us, and these emotions aren't our emotions either. They aren't even emotions at all. We see that sounds are not really sounds. Mental images are not really images. Emotions are not really emotions. We see this act of knowing. It knows by itself. And tears flow. We have stopped. We will witness this truth, the truth that we have stopped. How could we not stop? Nothing remains that we can call self. There is only purity, absolute purity. Purity beyond comparison, because it is the ultimate purity. It's like the purest element, the ultimate essence. Imagine taking the essence of a fruit and refining it, filtering it over and over, until only the pure, clear substance remains. Just absolute purity, with nothing else left. What remains is the primal element, the original, clear source element. Everything else is merely a composite element. Colors are composite elements. Flavors are composite elements. Every particle, every atom is composed of other elements. If we were to filter a glass of freshly squeezed orange juice, refining it continuously with increasingly precise filters, down to nanoscale, then picoscale, until even electrons, protons, and neutrons are filtered out, filtering further, down to the quantum level, and even into the quark system, refining it until only the pure essence remains. Everything else is merely appearances, merely material elements, external substances. Only the pure intrinsic element remains. Everything else is external and composite. There exists a primal element, incredibly pure and clear. This is what we truly are. Imagine removing all air, eliminating oxygen, carbon, and all material elements. Remove this world entirely. Eliminate all living things. Erase the universe. Remove both darkness and light. Once we've removed everything that isn't the pure element, what remains is a single clear element, unified with the emptiness throughout the infinite universe. This is the element from which we originated. So what are we searching for? We've spent our entire lives studying external things, yet we've never studied this knowledge, this inner discipline. This inner discipline, let us begin to explore and learn it. This inner knowledge has always been with us. This pure element is the essence of life, empty and profoundly clear. It is clarity itself, pure beyond measure, the very origin of all learning. The knowledge of the infinite universe is already contained within this pure, clear essence of life within us. When we turn inward to recognize this, instead of seeking outward knowledge, we'll find that outward knowledge offers us nothing in return. We've spent our entire lives looking outward, and for countless lifetimes, we've been reborn as various beings. This cycle of rebirth is infinite. We've been everything there is to be, yet every birth leads to the same entanglement, seeking food to sustain this body, growing old, suffering illness, and then dying. Each time we are born, we teach one another how to survive, only to die again. We weep when loved ones pass, grieve when we age, suffer in our sorrows. Ultimately, we are born into this world with tears, and we leave it the same way. In every lifetime, we cry. In every lifetime, we are entangled in the struggle to sustain this body, only to die and be reborn again and again. When will it stop? Such a simple question. When will we stop coming back to be born again? Can we feel the answer deeply within our hearts? It's like knowing that right now we're full after eating. We know it right now, that we're full. We know it just like this. Can we know it this way? Similarly, knowing that we are no longer being born, that we have accessed this empty, clear, pure life element, that we have transcended this world. We have transcended this speaking voice, and clearly see that this voice is not us. It's doing its function right now, rippling away, speaking, belonging to no one. And these thoughts aren't our thoughts. These emotions aren't our emotions. They aren't anyone's emotions. This awareness isn't anyone's awareness either. They are merely rippling phenomena, like the surface tension of a clear water drop, the surface tension of our life element that can perceive. When something makes contact, ping, it ripples around the edges. These rippling phenomena, sounds, images, emotions, the sensation of knowing, these rippling patterns, they are not us. Like water in the vast ocean, if our life essence is empty and clear, it is the primordial element, the pure original source, just like crystal clear water. The nature of this clear water has both its substance and surface tension. When any cause or condition impacts the water's surface, like gravity or when we throw a stone into water, there is first an awareness of contact, then an effect, the rippling. If we try to catch these ripples with our hands, try to grasp these movements, we find no ripples at all, only water. If we use a ladle to scoop up the waves, we find only water, no waves. Do you understand? The movements are merely movements. In truth, there is only water. No real movements exist separately. There is only water. Those movements are simply gestures, merely something without form that cannot be grasped. This is important to understand. This voice, this speaking voice that we inhabit constantly, is like how we've been living within this body for so long. We've relied on this body for ages, but do you realize? No matter how well we take care of it, it slowly deteriorates and eventually dies. It's like a tree. No matter how much care we give it, in the end, it grows older, dries up, and dies. And then we have to start over, planting a new tree. How exhausting it is to nurture a tree until it grows tall and strong. It's exhausting, isn't it? Yet in the end, this tree slowly withers and dies, and we begin the cycle again, planting a new tree. The tree is like us. It is also an element. It's as though we are imprisoned by this ignorance, trapped within the cycle of not knowing. We don't realize that we are pure elements. This pure element is truly pristine, just like a newborn child. A newborn child is so pure, but after birth, as they begin to learn, they start to become troubled. They begin to cling to everything as self. This is my body, this is my family, this is my house, car, possessions. Take good care of my body. Don't criticize me. Don't say anything about me. Don't do anything to me. We are so possessive of this body, but no matter how possessive we are, in the end this body dies. Then we come to find a new body. When newly born, we are so pure. Why are we born? To learn. But we don't know this. No one points this out. No one teaches us this. From the moment we were born, if all parents and teachers taught that, dear children, remember this. We are a pure life essence. We are pure consciousness. The act of speaking, these sounds we make, are merely manifestations. The images we think of, try imagining a giraffe, a duck, a chicken. These appearing images are just manifestations. All emotions, satisfaction, dissatisfaction, neutrality, anger, hatred, vengeance, joy, bliss, contentment, indifference. All these emotions are merely manifestations, not who we are. This voice is not our voice. The mental images we create are not our images. The emotions are not our emotions. All of these are natural phenomena. This body is composed of natural elements, and that which is aware, hearing sounds, perceiving right now, observe carefully. It knows by itself, doesn't it? Watch closely. When hearing, there's no need to try to hear. It happens by itself. Notice carefully. Smelling happens by itself. Tasting happens by itself. Try putting food in your mouth. Knowing occurs naturally. Sensing hot and cold happens by itself. Feeling pain happens by itself. When conditions change, these sensations naturally cease. Everything is perceived automatically. Observe carefully. The inner voice, notice how it speaks within the mind. Our mind has no mouth, yet it can speak. This is a manifestation. The speaking within, the mental imagery, the emotional states, this knowing, these are all manifestations, not our true nature. They cannot be grasped. If you can see this clearly, then ask yourself, where is the sense of self? Let your mind answer naturally. Let your pure, clear essence of life, your inner awareness, respond by itself. Simply observe and verify. Retreat inward to know. Does this voice truly speak by itself? Do these mental images truly form by themselves? Do feelings of satisfaction truly arise on their own? Do feelings of dissatisfaction truly occur by themselves? Does this awareness truly know by itself? When our mind, our pure and clear life essence, sees that all these manifestations function on their own, a profound realization will arise. A flash of insight will come. Where is the sense of self? This awakening will occur, brilliantly clear, and it may move you to tears, dear child. Whenever our pure, empty life essence realizes that it is an untainted element, unrelated to any manifestations, unconnected to this voice, unconnected to images, emotions, or even this state of knowing, we are the primal element, an absolutely pure essence. Observe, ask yourself, and when insight suddenly strikes, tears will flow, and you will transcend the human condition completely. Then you will understand that everything is merely temporary accommodation, and we will no longer suffer from anything. We will not return to birth again. This will be our final existence. I have come to share this universal dharma of liberation from suffering. I hope everyone can help share this teaching on YouTube and Facebook channels, Liberation Through Understanding. Search for it, listen, and share it with everyone on this earth. All religions, all races, all nationalities, all castes, all genders, all ages, from children to the elderly, including those with disabilities. Share it completely. Listen deeply and help others understand the empty, pure, pristine life essence that already exists within. This is the only game, the only duty, the only goal that we have never known before. Everything else we have already learned. The skills for making a living, we've studied these our whole lives. The pursuit of wealth, status, praise, happiness, material things. We've sought all these already. We've learned everything external. Now try to learn what's within. Overcome this final challenge, the challenge of releasing the attachment to self. This must be overcome. When we succeed, we let go, allowing this voice to do its work, letting images form by themselves, allowing emotions to fulfill their function, letting awareness be aware by itself, allowing this elemental form to live its life. Busy with earning money, dealing with conflicts with bosses, solving life's problems, handling work issues, living normally, but we simply observe. From waking until sleep, just observe. Emotions arise by themselves. Observe from within. Now feeling upset, now feeling good, now talking about this and that, now complaining, now gossiping about people, now complaining about work, now visualizing work problems. All this knowing happens by itself. Try observing from within. Just observe from within, seeing that it's not who we are. See this often, observe frequently. There will be a moment when nature recognizes nature. Listen to my recordings extensively until my voice echoes constantly within your consciousness. It will be like awakening, observing, being awake and aware, knowing, and then letting go. Know and let go, know and release immediately. See thoughts and drop them, because there will be no clinging. You will see that non-attachment means no suffering. You will clearly see, I suffer because I cling to emotions. I suffer because I cling to this voice. When things happen as I think and wish, feelings of happiness and satisfaction arise. When things don't happen as I think and wish, Feelings of dissatisfaction and anger arise. Ah, is all of this just natural phenomena like this? Why was I foolish enough to cling to it? Now you will turn to teach yourself. You will see your own foolishness. Let us study this wisdom together. Let us engage in this practice together. Overcome this challenge. This game is the most challenging one in our existence. We have been born as everything already. Listen to me. We have been born as everything, countless millions of times. It's like watching the same movie millions of times. We've watched millions of movies, and for each one, we were completely absorbed, watching them over and over again. This is exactly how we are, and we will continue this way forever if we don't awaken to realize that we are not connected to any of these movies playing. All these movies we've watched, millions of stories, millions of times. When we suddenly become aware, we are not characters in the movie. Why are we so emotionally invested in this film? Why are we invested in all these films? None of this has anything to do with us. We are not the hero, not the heroine, not even a supporting character. We are not part of any movie at all. We are not involved. Why are we so caught up in it? If we realize that, we suffer from these various movies, because we get emotionally invested, we cling, we embrace that movie, embrace that character, embrace that storyline. That's why we've been caught up in movies for countless cycles, countless lifetimes, watching movies and becoming emotionally attached to them. When we turn inward to know, we come to understand why we were so foolish. Nothing is truly us. When we see this knowing by itself, thinking by itself, imagining by itself, feeling emotions by itself, keep observing continuously, and understanding will naturally follow. Listen to my teachings extensively. Make a firm determination within yourself. From this moment onward, I will conquer this mind. I will guide this mind to awaken and clearly see these manifestations. I will gain full insight into this game. I will achieve victory. Set this intention. Listen to my Dharma teachings until realization arises. Listen in this way. Strive to understand as quickly as possible. Never again will I foolishly cling to this voice. Never again will I foolishly cling to these emotions. Never again will I foolishly cling to these mental images. Never again will I foolishly cling to this awareness of phenomena. I will come to know, to see, and to fully understand. I will free myself from this world of mental fabrication. Let us listen and remind ourselves in this way. Commit to this intention with all your heart. Who is making this commitment? It is our empty, clear, pure life essence. When this commitment arises from within, tremendous inspiration will come, great strength will emerge. Then you will see these manifestations very easily and understand very quickly. This primal essence, this original element, is supreme, the source that creates everything. Let's say that all energies arise from our empty, clear life essence. And this empty, clear, pure life essence of ours has created all material elements throughout the infinite universes. It is we who have created everything. We must escape from this prison we have created, the prison that confines us to the cage of the body, the cage of sounds, images, emotions, and the act of knowing. We are trapped in these prisons. We must find our way out. Let us come to know our empty, clear, pure life essence. This is the game, the only game, the one thing that our pure life essence needs to know. We need to know what we truly are. We have been searching for so long. This is the answer to everything. When we attain full realization, our searching will end. When we clearly see, tears will flow, we will weep, feel lightened and released, transcend the human condition, transcend birth. We will not return to birth again. It will be just like that. We are so pure at this point. This pure realm already exists within us. Access it. Overcome this game. Then our searching will truly cease. We will suffer no more. It will be as if we are liberated, free from everything. Our hearts will be completely full. We stop. And what are you all searching for? That which you seek does not exist externally. It is within. Come inward. Return, return. Come see what's inside. See the truth within. The empty, clear, pure essence that is everything already exists within. Pass through this barrier of ignorance. Pass through this challenge. Enter within. Once we reach this pure essence, we will know that nothing at all is us or belongs to us. Free, like being released from a prison, like a bird released from its cage, soaring through the skies, liberated, free. This voice does its work. It's not us. It's just an official doing its duty. The voice continues its work, a voice official. Mental images form. You are an official. Continue your imagining. The emotion official. Have your emotions. Laugh as you will. Whether you're happy or upset, that's your business. Carry on. Emotion official. The awareness official. You do your duty as you please. I am no longer involved with you. I am free from you now. We will not return to birth again. I have reached cessation. May all of you realize your true essence. Stop. Be liberated. Rest now. We have grown weary searching for things externally. Everything complete and perfect already awaits us within. Let us enter inward. Overcome this barrier that pulls us outward. Achieve this victory. No victory is more sublime than overcoming our own ignorance. Realize this fully. Don't let delusion drag us out seeking externally. Come inward. The real truth already exists within. Then we will become empty, utterly pure. We are this pure, clear essence. Come inward. Let us end here. May all of us realize this universal dharma of liberation from suffering and